Welcome or welcome back to Voice Advisor, where we offer effective practices to facilitate the practice and generalization of learned social skills. Hopefully the social skills learned via the Voice app. Now today we're going to focus in on a technique called teaching multiple examples. Now with this overview, this video overview, we have an implementation guide, but we also have a video illustration within the classroom setting to further kind of bring this idea to life. Now teaching multiple example strategies is really what it is in the title. And it's really to try to facilitate the complexities of what's necessary to practice and generalize a social skill within not only the context of one setting, but across multiple settings, with the key component of generalization. Now, one of the things that we know about social skills is not only do they demand a lot from the individual, but the complexity of social skills across a variety of settings, my goodness, that gets very complex. And so what we want to do is we want to empower the individual with a variety of responses. Specifically, when it has the skill itself has more than one potential answer or response or accurate answer or response. Number two is we want to teach these skills in a variety of examples, but also a variety of settings, which of course the settings themselves provide a variety of different challenges. And number three, of course, is we want to do this across the settings and the conditions. And so with that complexity, the teaching multiple examples allows for the individual to break elements down, practice those elements, and hopefully then put them into their memory bank, so to speak, for them to go forward. So overall, why we're using it is to allow for the individual to have more available to them to respond to in untrained situations that require that desired skill. So they have the skill, but to be able to generalize it and generalize it on the spot, the teaching multiple example strategy helps to facilitate that. So overall, the desired skill, we're trying to equal responding appropriately to the actual problem. And in so doing, we know there's going to be a variety of problems. There's going to be, and of course the situation will provide those problems, right? Number three is there's a variety of responses. And again, the contextualization of the situation, but also the setting will dictate that response, or again, the variety of responses. And number three, there are a variety of conditions and settings that, again, impact not only the situation, but also the response. And in so breaking that down and having the student understand that will facilitate not only being able to practice, but also to generalize. Now, when we think of this use of teaching multiple examples, there's a very clear rationale. And to me, there's four different components here. One is the acquisition phase, right? And this is where we're starting to accurately use that learned social skill. And then we want to get to a point where we want fluency with it. And so they're not only accurate, but then they're fluent with it. It's a little bit more immediate. And then, of course, we want a level of maintenance that, of course, if they can maintain, then we can start introducing more complexities across a variety of settings. And that's that generalization phase, which again allows for potential multiple responses due to the situation, but again due to the situation and the setting, which of course will lead to that successful level of generalization. Now to implement this, there's three basic steps, and those three basic steps are fairly basic. Number one is we're going to teach a variety of responses. So they've understood how the social skill, in terms of the overall understanding of knowledge of the social skill, now we're going to make sure that they understand there's a variety of responses. Number two is we're going to give them a variety of example situations. And number three, we're going to do that under a variety of different environmental conditions. And so in each one, there's things to consider. So number one, right? Number one, in terms of teach a variety of responses, there's a number of different types of responses to consider. And providing some of those and giving them the latitude and the flexibility is very important. There might be some language examples to reinforce there in terms of that response. And then finally, they need to be comfortable in using those responses. And there's going to be a level of fluency there. Number two is we need to understand, of course, there's a variety of different situations. And within those situations, we need to try to facilitate this in the natural environment and stimulate that as much as possible. And do that with some guidance, some prompting, and do it so that they have that flexibility that they can then apply in untrained situations. That's going to get them to a level of generalization. And number three, with the implementation, we need to provide not only examples but situations. So vary the time of day, vary the individuals that are going to be involved, vary the settings, and then finally, minimize the predictability so that it's not simply, oh, X happens, I'm going to do Y. they need to be available for a much more flexibility, and so we're going to vary that predictability, and in so doing, we're going to hopefully heighten their ability to practice and then generalize that learned social skill. So it's, in a way, a very easy idea, teaching multiple examples, and yet a lot of things packed in there, so there's a fair amount of complexity. We have an implementation guide to further facilitate these steps, and we have, as I mentioned before, a video illustration to bring this to life, to contextualize this, so that we can use this to practice and generalize that learned social skill on the part of the individual, hopefully learned in the Voice app, to bring to life in the variety of instructional settings that student will face to apply that learned social skill. I hope this Voice Advisor video has been helpful. Come on back for additional ideas to practice and generalize that learned social skill for individuals in their classroom setting. Thank you.